In case you missed it, Charles Barkley became one of the highest paid sports analysts in television history by securing an estimated 10-year, $100 million deal with Turner Sports. But what about Chuck's sense of humor works so well that he's become indispensable to TNT? And what can you steal from Charles to make people adore you and become indispensable yourself? Let's break it down. The first key is to be self-deprecating, to easily laugh at yourself and to not take yourself too seriously.
Where do you keep my money at, Kenny?
At work, business can be serious and stressful, people on your team feeling drained, burnt out, and frustrated. But people need a sense of perspective from the chaos at work, and they need to laugh. And oftentimes, the best form of laughter is when everyone's in on it. Watch how Charles pulls this off.
Kendall Gill.
Oh, you gotta know this
play
one.
For?
Gotta know.
Kendall
Gotta
Gill.
know. You
No, that was
tripping.
last year. He plays for the Chicago Bulls. Antonio Daniels.
You gotta
Tell
know
me,
who he
Charles,
played for.
who he
He
played
played for
for.
Portland, didn't he?
No,
that was anymore.
He is now with the Sonics.
The Inside the NBA crew literally made a joke out of Chuck's lack of NBA knowledge with a game show that started nearly 20 years ago and still runs to this day. The keys are: 1, Charles doesn't take this personally, and 2, Charles joins his studio crew in making fun of himself. Why? Because he doesn't give a damn.
You think I keep up with these fools doing all this?
Contrast that with Shaq. Related to topics about other players, Shaq gets defensive and even makes the discussion personal, which escalates the argument unnecessarily.
Me and Pat Riley never saw eye to eye, and what happened to my man Wayne. So it's not true what you're saying. It's not true what you're saying.
Not true.
I'm just letting you know what you just did.
The key is to get comfortable at laughing at yourself. If you're not used to laughing at yourself, start out by practicing telling 3 stories where you're comfortable being laughed at. Maybe it's your handwriting. Maybe it's your love for alcohol. Maybe it's your obsession for unhealthy fried chicken. Watch how Charles tells this story about his terrible golf swing.
They're telling me we do have B-roll of him swinging.
No, please.
Please.
Seriously.
Okay, there it is.
Oh my God.
No, that.
Notice how he doubles down on making fun of himself instead of showing discomfort.
I can't even explain it. I'm serious though, I have a mental block. I've tried everything. I got hypnotized.
You're not kidding.
I'm not.
No,
I went to see a hypnotist. All I got was a good nap.
What happened?
And this is so important. Research cited by Harvard Business Review shows that leaders with any sense of humor are seen as more motivating and admired than people who don't joke around. Ultimately, you need to be comfortable in your own skin, where you can look at yourself and be not taken too seriously. Let's see if you can figure out the second tactic here that Chuck does. Context: LeBron James and Kevin Durant are selecting players to draft for the 2021 NBA All-Star Game. KD clearly doesn't want to draft his former teammate James Harden, who successfully requested a trade from KD's Brooklyn Nets to the Philadelphia 76ers right before the draft.
He hasn't played. Is he healthy?
Who's that?
James, he hasn't played.
He's
what
missed.
happens if he don't?
In response to LeBron's question, people would expect someone to answer with, yeah, James Harden remains out and is unlikely to play due to a hamstring injury. But listen to what Charles says instead.
Oh, he got traded. He's healthy now.
He's missed the last 3 with a hammy. And now we know why LeBron carries a clipboard with him to the
Hey,
draft.
LeBron,
Oh my
trust
God,
me right now, he's rubbing some ice hot on that thing. He's playing the next game.
No questions.
This is a critical component of observational humor. When people expect a certain answer to a question, give them the exact opposite or something they'd least expect. Here's another example. Kenny is breaking down a play and tries to draw an analogy to what he learned from his former teammate and Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon.
Because to me, Hakeem Olajuwon used to say this to me all the time.
Can he bring me some water?
No, he used to.
You can easily do this with yes or no questions. For example, watch how Charles sets himself up for a laugh with his own rhetorical question.
Finals.
I'd actually probably, because the draft is the day after the show.
Right.
And Chuck has some good thoughts about the draft. The draft
You
bothers
mean a bunch of college players coming to the NBA who can't play? I'm really excited about it.
He invites laughter because he smiles right after his sarcasm, which always softens the blow. Watch how he invites laughter with his third and final tactic. This is arguably Chuck's greatest comedic trait.
Just $6.99. Watch the LA Lakers take on the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow night on your computer.
Man, first of all, that should be more like $1.99. Really?
Charles never misses an opportunity to point out the absurdity in seemingly innocuous situations. For instance, he takes an Inside the NBA promotion for an NBA League Pass regular season game and turns it into poking fun at his own network promoting two of the worst teams at the time of the recording. But watch this.
That should be at the dollar store. Yeah. Come on, man. I ain't seen nothing since we stole everything from the Indians back in the day. That's highway robbery.
To go from people thinking, this is a funny joke, to this is a funny person, double down on your own joke. You don't want to overdo this, but the moment you hear people laughing, you should almost always be in the clear to do this once or twice. Now, you don't necessarily want to cross the line like Chuck does so often, but you can go a bit more absurd and ridiculous with each follow-up to show that you're clearly joking and encourage more laughter.
Like, everybody is kissing his butt. Everybody's kissing his butt the whole time, but I come at him.
Yeah.
Because people always talk about he's handsome. He's not handsome.
If you poke fun at someone else, it always helps to have a relationship clearly established early on so you know up front which lines you can cross and which ones you may not be able to. Before he doubles down, notice how he observes Michael, who clearly is holding back a smile. This gives him permission to double down with this.
You know, he's not handsome.
You don't think he's handsome?
No, I don't. I think anytime you get $300, $400, $500 million, you become handsome. You know.
This has become such a staple to his humor that the entire studio encourages Charles to double down. Watch him respond to haters on social media making fun of Markelle Fultz's jump shot.
Now, you just sit at home in your grandma's basement with your drawers on, typing on your damn keyboard. Shut the hell up. We're pulling for Markelle Fultz. What's he wearing?
The fact that Chuck doesn't wear drawers, and the fact that the guy on Twitter
Check, you know, all the
does
people
wear
on the internet who are mean, they sit at home and living with their parents, like 32 years old, living with their parents, got their computer out.
Sitting in your grandma's basement with your
drawers on, watching, seeing what happened as the world go by them.
Cookies on their stomach.
Yeah, cookie crumbs on the stomach.
Nice image.
Notice what Charles does here. He gets more specific every time he doubles down. And it's so good that even the production crew cracks up. So the next time you double down on your own joke, exaggerate by adding a little bit more detail each time. So there you have it. 3 of Chuck's killer comedic traits that you can steal are 1, making fun of yourself, 2, giving the opposite answer to what people expect, and 3, doubling down on your own joke. But being charismatic is so much more than just being funny. It's about speaking with such a presence that people can't keep their eyes off you, just like how Coach Prime does here. If you like this video, check out this breakdown of Deion Sanders' speech to his Colorado football team.